Welcome to U.S. Current Affairs at WS, the channel where you will always find precise, professional, and up-to-date analysis of the most important news from the United States and around the world. To our subscribers across the globe, thank you for trusting us as your reliable source of information. Here, we delve into the most relevant topics with depth and rigor, keeping you informed about what truly matters. Below are the top 10 stories from tonight in the United States, as reported by major media outlets. Here are today's top 10 news stories from the United States, as reported by major news outlets. American Airlines resumes flights after technical issues. Earlier today, American Airlines briefly suspended its flights due to a technical failure that disrupted its operating system. This incident caused significant delays, especially during the busy holiday travel season. The airline announced that the issue was identified and resolved, allowing operations to gradually resume. Affected passengers are being assisted in rebooking their flights to ensure they reach their destinations on time. This incident highlights the vulnerability of technological systems in the aviation industry. Massive Starbucks strike during the holiday season. Over 300 Starbucks stores across the United States joined a general strike today, with employees demanding better working conditions and higher wages. Workers are also calling for fairer treatment and improved benefits from the company. The strike, coinciding with Christmas Eve, could impact thousands of customers who rely on Starbucks for coffee and services during the holidays. Union leaders have stated that the strike is a show of unity against what they consider unfair labor practices. Biden signs a wave of bills before Christmas. In an event held this afternoon at the White House, President Joe Biden signed 50 new bills addressing various areas, including infrastructure, public health, and national security. These laws aim to improve the quality of life for Americans and strengthen the nation's social fabric. Among the most notable measures are those to enhance rural health care, improve access to clean water, and expand cybersecurity efforts. This initiative marks one of the administration's most significant legislative efforts before the transition of power. Pope celebrates Christmas with a message of hope. In a special ceremony at St. Peter's Basilica, the Pope led a Christmas Mass following the restoration of the iconic place of worship. In his homily, he emphasized the importance of peace, solidarity, and love during times of global crisis, such as armed conflicts and climate change. The celebration included thousands of faithful from around the world who traveled to Rome for the event. The pontiff made a special appeal to world leaders to prioritize dialogue and reconciliation in their political agendas. Trump hints at future political plans in a recent speech. In a gathering with supporters, former President Donald Trump offered a preview of what he called a common-sense revolution. During his speech, he criticized the current administration's policies and promised a more pragmatic approach to issues like immigration, the economy, and national security. Trump also referred to his recent plans to designate Mexican cartels as terrorist organizations, emphasizing his commitment to strengthening borders. His remarks have sparked a polarized debate about the country's political future and the implications of his potential return to the presidency. Fabio Ochoa returns to Colombia after serving his sentence in the U.S. Fabio Ochoa, a former member of the Medellin cartel and close associate of Pablo Escobar, returned to Colombia today after serving 23 years in prison in the United States on drug trafficking charges. His return has sparked controversy due to his historic role in drug trafficking and its impact on U.S.-Colombia relations. Ochoa was extradited in 2001 and convicted of smuggling large quantities of cocaine into the United States. His release marks the end of an era in the fight against international drug trafficking. The phenomenon of gray divorce continues to rise in the United States. Recent data shows that divorce rates among people over 50 have doubled since the 1990s, while those over 65 have seen rates triple. This trend, known as gray divorce, is attributed to social changes, such as increased life expectancy and the desire to seek new beginnings later in life. Experts suggest that many of these divorces stem from accumulated dissatisfaction over years of marriage. This trend also presents legal and financial challenges for older couples. Political crisis highlights Elon Musk's influence in Congress. The recent crisis to avoid a government shutdown in the United States underscored the growing influence of Elon Musk on political decisions. Through social media posts, Musk actively interfered in negotiations, creating tension between political factions. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump faced challenges advancing his agenda due to internal divisions within his party. This episode reflects the complexity of current political dynamics and the impact of public figures on the legislative process. Biden commutes death sentences in a historic gesture. Joe Biden commuted the death sentences of 37 federal inmates to life imprisonment, blocking President-elect Donald Trump's plans to resume federal executions. This action has been praised by human rights activists as a step toward the abolition of the death penalty in the United States. However, critics argue that this measure could face legal challenges once Trump takes office. The decision highlights the stark differences in criminal justice policies between the two administrations. American Airlines' technical suspension causes chaos on Christmas Eve. A technical failure in American Airlines systems led to the temporary suspension of flights, causing frustration and anxiety among travelers. This incident occurred on one of the busiest travel days of the year, affecting thousands of passengers attempting to reach their holiday destinations. The airline has assured the public that steps will be taken to prevent future issues and prioritize compensation for affected customers. Below are the top 10 stories from tonight in the United States, as reported by major media outlets. Thank you for joining us at U.S. Current Affairs in WS. It has been an honor to share the most relevant news with you. We invite you to remain part of this informed and connected community as we continue to uncover the stories shaping our world. Until the next edition, we'll be here, ready to bring you the best of U.S. news and the global landscape.